Hey, so I wasn't even sure I was going to make a video on gear, but I've been getting, all my friends have been asking, so I thought, all right, why not? Let's just go over what I'm bringing on the trail. And I thought what would be cool too is to see, what I start with and what I end with and see if, what goes and what may join in later. Okay, not in any particular order. Let's start with my pack. So I am using the Osprey Asia 58. Okay, I was turned on to this by a friend who hiked the trail several years ago. In it is a very noisy Nyla Pro. All right, that is waterproof, super lightweight. I'm going to add links to all of this, so if you're wondering where I got it or what it is, and I talk too fast and I don't articulate. Okay, I got a second layer of Nyla Pro because it weighs so little and it is waterproof, and it's a second layer of protection, right? So second layer of protection. Okay. Sleeping bag. I have got, we pack our fears, right? I don't want to be cold. So I got a 0 degree, which, I shouldn't start talking about this. It's going to be a 90-minute video. Okay. 0 degree doesn't mean 0 degree. Does not mean I'll be comfortable in 0 degrees. What it means is I won't die in 0 degrees. Comfort levels, probably 20, 30 degrees more. So I think I should be comfortable at 30 degrees in this bag. If it gets below 30 degrees while I'm out there, at the time I'm out there, it will be shocking, but you never know. So, the whites. We'll talk a lot more about the whites. I've got stories about the whites in the middle of summer and it gets like 40 below. Okay, that's for another day. Okay. I've got this great little blow-up pillow. I don't know off the top of my head what these things weigh, but you can look them up if they're important. Enlightened Equipment, this great little pillow. I've tried it. It works great. I love it. It's coming. This is my mattress pad. This is it's a highly rated one, so it's going to keep the cold from coming through to me. It blows up. It's got a little pump. I've wrapped it up inside. I saw another wonderful person, a bear. She's on Wildlife Adventures. She had suggested folding it this way, brilliant, and then putting it the long way in your pack, brilliant. Okay, this is my tent. Look at this. It weighs nothing. It's like, I think it could double as the tarp for your leaves in the fall. Anyway, this is great. So this will be my tent. I'm sure we'll do videos on putting that up. Okay. Oh, an umbrella. This is not in any particular order. An umbrella. I didn't know if I was going to bring an umbrella, but everybody loves their umbrella. So I'm bringing an umbrella. Super lightweight. See, everything's lightweight, okay? Everything's lightweight. Because I have to carry all this in one pack for 6 months. Okay. I'm going to have my pole. Now, on my pole, right now, I don't know if you can see. I don't know if it's that clear. I've got some packing tape over my duct tape. Now that's because when I get to the airport, I'm going to be shipping something home and I just want a little bit of packing tape, but I will not be taking packing tape on the trail. I am going to have, this is my supply of duct tape. Okay, just a few. Now you're wondering, what is this, Karen? This is the niftiest thing I've ever seen, ever. I'm praying it works out on the trail. Okay, being a runner, I think a lot of people know that. If you don't, you will find out. I'm sure I'll talk and make references to it. I love running. It's kind of like God, family, running. There's my order. Okay, so I'm a big roller. I don't stretch necessarily. I roll. I'm a big fan of rolling. We could do a whole video on rolling. Anyway, this is so I can roll out my muscles. And I've tried it a few times. I'm really counting on it working well. So there's that. Okay, toilet paper in a waterproof, a lock sack bag. Love a lock sack. Anyway, toilet paper in there. Water. So I know they make ones much bigger than this. What I found was, as they were in the side pouches of my backpack, they were like hitting my underarms, and that was annoying. But not in my underarms so much as my elbow. Very annoying. So I'm going to try the smaller ones. Got one with a sports cap, one without. I can always get a bigger one if it doesn't work out. Okay. I got a mini Nalgene. Okay. Homemade Wanderlust, the guru of all things backpacking, right? Love her. She does not carry Nalgene. I will tell you, you know what? We pack our fears. I've said that. But I will tell you, we also pack our lived experiences. I'm not going to get into it today. I might be sounding overly dramatic, but I believe an Nalgene bottle saved my life out in the whites. One backpacking trip. So I will never, if I have a cook stove and I can heat water, I will never be without an Nalgene, and we'll talk more about that. But I got a smaller one because it will do the job. But I will take this. I think it's like 6 ounces. Yep, I'm taking my 6 ounces. This to me is not just a fear. It is a true lived experience, and I think it saved my life. Okay. Okay, because, I don't know, it could be really cold in the morning. Who the heck knows, right? So I got my fleece hat that I love, Ghost Train, again, running. Okay, I've got a buff. This is my absolute favorite buff. I think I got this as swag at a race once. I love this. They don't make them anymore. A bandana. I've got a second pair of socks, wool socks, smart wool, and a second pair of undies, okay? My jammies. My jammies are gonna a legging, smart wool leggings, thin, not the 250, they're the thinner ones. A thinner long sleeve smart wool top, and some smart wool socks, and undies. We're gonna talk about probably at some point why all of this has to be for jammies. You never, ever, ever, ever wear your jammies out hiking, ever. They need to be kept dry and safe with your sleeping bag, because if you are soaking wet after a full day of hiking in the rain, the last thing you want is wet jammies. So, okay. Bug net. Yes, I love this. You know what? I committed to making the bug net as cool as the bike helmet. I am old enough to know that there was a time when bike helmets were not cool. But you know what? They are now, right? They are now. Everybody has it. I am going to make the bug net that cool. I know they're weird and everybody looks funny, but I got to tell you what, bugs ain't biting my face. And the first year that I took it out on the trail, I was the only weirdo, running around in the woods scaring small children. But you know what? Next thing I knew, by the end of the season, there had to be 5 people all running around with a bug net. They work. Gotta have one. Okay, this little sack. What is this? This is a little sack that I am going to be putting rocks in, okay? This is my rope. So the sack is going to attach to the rope. The rope is going to go over a tree, which is going to hold my food and keep it out of reach of the bears. So this is my little sack and rope. What is this? Cat hole. A shovel to dig a cat hole. Google that. I don't know if I want to get into cat hole, but it belongs with the toilet paper. So that should give you a clue. A knife. I got a knife. And guess what? I put it on a bungee. You know what? I heard somebody said to put it on like a lanyard, but the lanyard weighs a lot. And I got this little bungee when I replaced some bungee cord in an old tent that I had. I had this little bungee. So I'm going to clip it on this little, very lightweight, it's like a 0.1 carabiner. And so you clip it and then you never forget it. It's on the side of my backpack, clipped, and then I go to use my knife, I never take it off, and then I never forget my knife on a rock or something. Yep, love that tip. Okay, this, guess what this is? This is, well, you'll probably see more of this. This is my little cook stove. I don't know, it weighs like 2 ounces. I know they make lighter ones. This is the one I like. Anyway, it will attach to a little fuel thing, which is not coming with me, obviously, on the airplane because I wouldn't get past TSA, but I will buy them when I'm there, and I will do this, and it will create a flame, and it will hold my pot to which I will cook water and heat and cook my food. Yes, we all get luxury items, okay? This might seem like the biggest waste of weight. This is probably 2 ounces. It's my coffee cup. If I am making my oatmeal with this, I'm going to have my coffee at the same time. That's okay. We'll see how long that lasts. If it's just too much for this 2 ounces, we will get rid of it. But for now, I need my coffee. And of course, my spoon so I can eat and stir my coffee. And I think this is in another video, but I used the Toaks titanium for all of this. And this is, again, some people are probably going, Karen, you're not going to need this. It's really a very cool thing. It's a stabilizer for the fuel. And I'm thinking, you know what? Oh, okay, Karen, if you can learn how to use it. Okay, I can use it. I'm just trying to rush because I don't want this video to be 90 minutes long. it stabilizes the fuel, so on a windy day, it doesn't just get knocked over. Okay, it again, weighs next to nothing. We're going to have it. All right, wallet. I got this tiny little waterproof wallet from Osprey. I think it's less than an ounce. It is. It's 0.37, I think. So I put in here, my license and a debit card, whatever, in case I need, pay for something along the way. Okay, so that's going to attach somewhere to my pack. I've got my GPS locator. Okay, this is like the greatest thing on the planet. I have a gift, a real gift. I'll probably talk more about this someday. I have a real gift of getting lost in the woods. So great, you're going off on the Appalachian Trail by yourself. Well, me and 3,000 other friends. Okay, but yes, this thing, if I'm ever lost, I hit a button and I've got $50,000 worth of rescue insurance. So I think it's worthwhile. I will have this. What haven't I talked about? Oh, I will have my hat. That will keep the sun off my face. Oh, camp shoes. I am going to have flip-flops as camp shoes. I actually bought camp shoes on the recommendation of a backpacking class that I took, and they were 8 ounces. And at the time I thought, 8 ounces, that's nothing. 8 ounces is a lot of weight, it turns out. These are like 6. So it was 8 plus. So these are now like 2.5 ounces less. Okay, but you know what? After a long day of hiking, especially if it's in the rain and my feet are like gross in the shoes, I'm going to want camp shoes. So I'm taking these. I think I'm going to keep these. I don't see me getting rid of those. My water purifier. So this is really cool because this goes right on here. And I can actually drink, right? Like dirty water could be in here if I wanted it to be. And then I could actually drink if I wanted to do it that way. Right now, what I think I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to use this CNOC bag. It scoops the water really easily. How do I do it? Oh, it goes this way. I should learn my gear, right? Like learning your gear before you head off into the wilderness would be a good idea, Karen. Okay, so we're going to scoop water. Then we're going to tie it up like my water bladder, like I usually use when I'm running. And we're going to squeeze, and we'll squeeze it into this, okay? And then I'll have fresh water to drink because last thing we need is giardia or whatever the heck is out in the water. So there's that. All right, this was recommended because, especially now after the hurricane, there's a lot of blowdowns. It's not the green tunnel that it might have once was, at least in the south, but also it's a secondary thing. I'm hoping that it will keep the bugs off me. I've read I've read every book. So if somebody wrote a book, I've read it. Their experience on the trail, and they call Massachusetts Mosquitochusetts. I live here. I can attest that's true. So I'm hoping, and I bought it's too big for me, that it can act as a bug barrier, and it's super like wicked lightweight. So hopefully it won't like make me hot. This is great. So in here, I should show you, why not? In here is this is twofold. These are rain pants, okay, from Z-Packs. They weigh nothing. Everything weighs nothing. But then when you add it all together, it's like 20 pounds. Like, how does that happen? I don't know. But but also bug pants. They're going to hopefully help me to not get eaten alive. Okay, so that is one use of this. I also have a rain jacket from Z-Packs. It's the rain jacket that goes with it. Oh, and then I have these gloves. Let's go to the gloves first. These are just, I don't know how well these are going to work. I hope they work. It's a small company. I'm giving them a chance. But, if it's raining, and I don't want to get hypothermic, so pack our fears. So this is my rain jacket, which, like you see, folds into the pocket folds into that little pouch. And you saw how small it was. So this is really great. And it's big. I bought it big so it can go over my puffy, which, if you can believe it, my puffy is still not in. That's my fault. I bought Enlightened Equipment and I had a custom puffy made. So my fault. It's not ready yet. My husband will send it to me when I'm out on the trail. And I'm bringing a substitute in the meantime. But then I can put this over my puffy in case it's wicked cold, because you never know. So there's that, and you saw how well it packs down, so I can keep that right on the front pouch. All right, the hip pouch. I have been told about this twice. The first time was from a guy on YouTube called Bigfoot. I love that guy. I loved all his information, and he's actually the one that turned me on to the InReach Mini, and he turned me on to the hip pouch. But then, somewhere along the line, I ditched the hip pouch. I was like, I don't need a hip pouch, you know. Maybe it's just awkward and I don't want it. And then I was packing for this trip, and again, Mama Bear. Her trail name is Mama Bear, and her site is Wildflower Adventures. Brilliant. And her daughter's Bear, so that's why she's Mama Bear. Anyway, it's awesome. They're hiking right now, actually, fundraising for helping the people who were, the people who were ravaged by Hurricane Helene. So she's doing a really amazing thing, and she's out there right now, and I've been watching her. Anyway, I watched her packing video where I watched her pack, and she had the great idea of this thing, right? She was back to this, and I'm like, you know what? It's just too brilliant to ignore. Like, imagine that I can have my phone, my snacks, my chapstick, my hand sanitizer, and a little, I was like, brilliant, just a tiny little thing of pain reliever if I need it, because I will have more. I have my first aid kit. Now, this poor first aid kit, I have to laugh. Ounces matter. Like, I gotta tell you what, and I'm gonna put up a meme that my son made for me. I actually created it. I'm so proud of myself. I love memes. Memes are my favorite part of Facebook. I could just scroll memes all day long and laugh my tail off. But anyway, I mean, you think 2 ounces isn't a lot of weight, and then suddenly 2 ounces is like, oh my God, that's 2 ounces. I'm going to spend $100 to get rid of 2 ounces. No, I'm not, okay? I'm far too frugal for that. But this poor first aid kit has just gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. I mean, my toiletries, I'll tell you about that. I literally, to save weight, took Q-tips out of my toiletry bag. I mean, that's where we're at. Okay, so anyway, there's more medicine in there. I read an article about the things that you should bring. So I've got that, and I've got all, like, the bare essentials in my little bag of first aid, but just so it's easy and accessible right here. And floss, because, oh my gosh, if I've got something caught in my teeth, and I have super tight contacts, and I am telling you, my teeth, floss. So, okay, now, what else is in there? Oh, sunscreen for the rest of my body. Oh, sunscreen. You might have saw this if you bothered to watch 17 minutes of my food video where I overlapped and did other things. I have sunscreen that's specific for my face. I'm old. I gotta take care of this thing. So, I'm gonna put that in there too. So I've got hand sanitizer, sunscreen, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, keep going. So I have electronics. So again, you know what? I learned, like, I want to say 40 years ago, okay? The best experience is someone else's, right? Experience is the best teacher, especially when it's someone else's. That was how it goes. Experience is the best teacher, especially when it's someone else's. So I am willing to hear what you guys did, because you did it wrong once and now you've done it right. I'm willing to hear you out. So please tell me. So this guy, he gave a list of what he brings on the trail, but he also did this amazing list of the gear, like the stuff, which items that he brings. So I followed his lead. I've got an Anchor 20,000 of what? I don't know, but it's supposed to recharge my phone 4 times. I have a 3-foot attachment for my phone, because he said there's nothing more aggravating than having your, trying to charge your phone and not having enough cord, like the charging cord is not long enough, right? But he also said he has a 1-foot one, right? So that it can sit like either in here together or whatever, and you don't have all this cord. Okay. I've got an adapter. I've got a cord for my InReach Mini, because I got mine before they went to the C thing. So mine is old and I'm not buying a new one. And I have one for my watch, because I'm going to bring a watch, which is over here. My watch. I am bringing a watch only because you can get updates and whatever. We'll see how long that lasts. Over here. This stuff is what I'm going to wear. I'll go over that in 1 second. My koozie. This wasn't in when I did the food video. So this is the koozie I bought from Garage Gear Grown. I love it. I've done a test in it. I put the food in. boiled the water, put the food in, put it in here. 15 minutes later, it was still steaming. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's big enough. It fits. So when I was packing, like, my goal is to, all right, these will be flat. I have to do the details, right? I have to get it right. Okay, this is going to go in here. And then this can sit on top. See, it's not perfectly closed, but it's closed enough, right? This is perfect. So I love it. I absolutely love it. And it weighs 0.9. Okay. Also, I have a Nightcore headlamp, which I don't even know. It weighs nothing. Nothing. Everything weighs nothing. And I took this guy's advice and got headphones with a cord because then there's one less thing to charge. And I got this 2 thingy-majigger, 2-plug anchor charging thing. And when I say lightning fast, I charged my phone. It was like, I went from 50% to 100, and it was so fast. I don't know how much time, but it was so fast, faster than anything I had at home. Okay, I think I got everything, and oh, you know what? For fun, let's just drag all this over here. Just, you know what? No one has ever, and I know it's very personal. Toiletries. No one's ever gone over and said what toiletries they're bringing, but because I know it's very personal. Okay, this is my towel. All right, this is if I ever get a shower on the trail, this is my towel. I know it looks ridiculous, but I've tried it. I can dry my whole body off and squeeze the water out of my hair from this towel. It's just a microfiber towel. It's great. I love it. Okay, I've got face cleanser, face moisturizer. I've got my age, vitamin D. My doctor's insisting I bring it, vitamin D. I've got this tiny little brush. Look at this thing. And I put my little, because I'm probably going to wear little pigtails. I've got my elastics on here and this tiny little brush. Isn't this the greatest thing? And my toothbrush. I got this. Okay, it's a Colgate toothbrush. It weighs 0.37. Look at this thing. I don't even have to drill holes in it. And then this probably weighs more than the toothbrush, but I'm sorry. I'm putting a cover on my toothbrush. So there's that. I got nail clippers that weigh too much, but I'm not buying new ones because I got about 10 pairs in this house. This is half a bar of shampoo/conditioner. All right, so I don't think I'm getting a lot of showers necessarily. I don't know. No one's ever said I get this many showers a month or something when I'm on the trail. So I said, well, I'll bring a bar and see where it goes. I've got resupply. I was turned on to these at a backpacking trip backpacking class that I took by the AMC. The woman giving, it was like a little breakout session. She said she is not kidding. These things are great. Now they weigh, all right, so this is probably the heaviest individual thing in my whole pack. They're like 7 ounces or something, right? But they're fabulous and they really get the stink off. So this is my shower. These are going to be they're little, they're T.N. Dickinson's Witch Hazel cloths, aloe cloths, and they're amazing. So this is my daily shower right there. Toothpaste. Got a little thing of toothpaste. In here are my I got these little ear things. I don't know how they're going to work. They want me to write a review, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to work, but I have an issue with snoring, so I might be in for some trouble. But I got little ear things here. Now, in these tiny little containers, I've got this aloe cream that I literally can't live without. You want to call it a luxury item, that's fine, but it's like a healing cream that works a miracle. But guess what? They don't make it anymore. That's the last of my tube. What's in my tube is the last I have because the company that bought them decided to get rid of that product. I'm going to write them a firmly worded letter because that product is the greatest thing I've ever found. So anyway, it's gone. Triple antibiotic and some hydrocortisone in case I get itchy. I almost forgot to pack this. What is this? This is my back flush for my, I'm not going to be able to find it, and I'm not going to spend 3 days looking for it. Here it is. Okay. It's a back flush so that my filter will start, it can last a long time, my filter, but it's going to get stuff in it. Like it's going to get crudted up. So you have to, every once in a while, you have to backfill it. And I almost didn't think to bring this, like dummy. So I have this. It doesn't weigh anything, but it's coming. I wish it didn't have to, but it does. I think that's everything, except for the clothes that I'm actually going to set out in. Oh, and you're wondering how much all this weighs, right? So, you know what you're not seeing? Let me go before that. What you're not seeing is the bag, but you did see it in the food video if you suffered through it. The bag that will hold all my food. You're not seeing that. Oh, and my toiletries, you're wondering what that's going in. I have an odor-proof op sack. It's downstairs, so it's not here. That all my toiletries are going into. And that way, you know, I'm like, hey, I know it can't be perfect. Like somebody said once, I read somewhere that, yeah, the minute you put something stinky on the outside of that odor-proof bag, now it's no longer odor-proof. And he's right. He's right? So now all I think about is how odor-proof is my odor-proof? But you know what? Every little bit counts, right? So we'll try. So that you're not seeing, but that will also be obviously part of my base weight. What is base weight? Base weight is everything minus food and water, okay? So all of this that you saw me go through, so not food and water, is 19 pounds and something ounces. I don't know exactly. I am actually going to look at that number once I pack up the bag one final time. But I am just slightly over 19 pounds. I'm super proud of that because I am an overpacker and I think I've done well. I mean, I know there's psychos out there that can do it in 9 pounds. That's not me. Now, I did not count the clothes I'm wearing on my body. Okay, because I'm wearing them on my body. They're not in my pack. So I will have, let's start top to bottom. Okay, brassiere, oh my God. If you run, everybody must get this. It's a Solomon. Oh, they don't have the, I'll put a link. This Solomon sports bra is absolutely amazing. It feels like butter against my body. I love this thing. Okay, and I have a little smart wool short sleeve. You know why? I stink. I stink all the time. And when I'm working out, like I hope everyone does, but I stink. I know all about hikers stink. I've read about it, but I don't know. So I got wool. I got as close to 100% wool as possible. This is not, but it's super duper close. So that's going to be my shirt. And I'm not bringing it back up. I figure I'll put on my rain gear when I'm laundering my clothes whenever I get that opportunity. I got some shorts, Patagonia. I got turned on to these by Homemade Wanderlust, and then in a recent video she told me she's now turned on to hiking tights because of concern for sun exposure, which I'm all about it. I just don't have them. And anyway, okay. I don't know, those are my jammies. I've got undies in here somewhere. Obviously I've got undies. And then I have another pair of smart wool, the thinner, not the 250s, the thinner, that I will wear on a cold day. So that could actually be pack weight. I think that is in the 19 pounds actually, because it's gonna be like 60s during the day. This is just in case it gets cold unexpectedly, right? And that's that. Socks, obviously. I have shoes. They're downstairs because I sprayed them with permethrin to get them ready. And I do believe that's it. Yeah. Oh, one last thing. Okay, you thought you were spared more. Again, I bought this years ago. So this is not, so I shouldn't even show you the label because I couldn't find it online. I tried to. I had bought this. So I'm reusing the container. But I've already talked about wanting things that are all natural and trying to avoid poisons. I read something, I read a lot. I read something that said that hikers who use DEET constantly just like eventually get sickly. Like they just get sickly. So we need to avoid the tick. So we'll see how well it works. I went online for some homemade recipe and I found a recipe with cedarwood essential oil. And it said not only does it deter the ticks, but if they touch it, they die. So like I'm thinking this is great. So, and the smell, not so bad, not bad. It's cedarwood, it's nature. So I'm gonna smear this all over my legs and hope for the best. I'll have to put the recipe down below. I can't remember. It's got witch hazel, distilled water, and then 30 drops of the cedarwood. And you can make a combination, but I went with full cedarwood. But anyway, okay, I have rambled on long enough. There's my gear. Hopefully it's helpful. It'll be curious to see what I actually have at the end and how much I ditch and how much I replace. All right, see you on the trail.